What is it?
Dragons? No, it's not. It's mental health. With David Heron. Hello everybody and welcome back to A Homes Near You. You join me at the gates of Solitude because that is where David Heron is going next. This is the series where we go to every Skyrim city and find out just how happy, just how sad they are, and basically evaluate their mental health. If you're just joining for the first time, welcome, by the way. Do subscribe. In an earlier episode, our mental health surveyist, I don't know if that's a word, here he is, Sir David Heron, has been inflicted with vampirism, sanguine vampiris. He has fallen into darkness and become a creature of the night. Let me know down in the comments if you think we should cure him or not. Vote yes, vote no. Tell me if you want me to cure Heron, and in the next episode, whichever gets the most votes or the most comments or whatever it is, that's what we will do. So let me know. It's time for me to start interviewing the people. First up, before I go into Solitude proper, I'm going to visit Katla. Is this Katla?
My husband handles the indoor work just as well. He'd only hurt himself out here.
So she's a bit worried about her husband, but it seems sort of tongue-in-cheek.
It's hard work keeping Solitude fed.
So her entire job is to keep all of Solitude fed. Is that the case? Because if so, that is quite the mammoth task and must put a little bit of pressure on poor Katla.
Aye.
And there we go as the beautiful Skyrim music fires up in the background. We are underway. Where's your husband? You mentioned your husband. This looks like a husband. Giemund. Let's just find out about him. How long have you been a stable master, Giemund?
Been about 8 years now.
Okay.
I used to be a mercenary, but one trip to Ravenscar Hollow sure be a dad. There's hag ravens in that cave. A creature like that'll make a man think long and hard about what he wants.
Okay, so he is completely scarred by hag ravens. So that is affecting him.
If you're heading up to Solitude, you should stop to check out the view on your way. It's a good one.
Yeah, we'll do. Look at him gazing off into the distance. The light behind his eyes has completely disappeared. In fact, what's going on with his eyes?
That's my motto.
I didn't hear what your motto was.
My husband Gaiman handles the business.
Yep, oh, wait, what? You're not Katla.
I really don't mean to be rude, but I don't think there's much I can help you with.
So right, okay, I'm confused. Giemund is her husband.
Like Frederica, and a son like Horn, and the luckiest man in Skyrim.
Oh, bless him. Currently happy, but he has suffered with mental health issues in the past. 6 because of the... Or do I give him a 5? No, I'm going to give him a 6 because he's happy with his life currently. And now we need to speak to his wife, who makes him the happiest person in the world, apparently, which is very nice to hear.
My family's weathered its share of problems, but we don't dwell on the past.
Okay. Can you please dwell on the past, though? I kind of need you to dwell on the past right now.
Good morning.
No, that's not what I want to hear.
Huh? Need something?
Okay, we're not getting any more out of... What's your name? Frederica. Where's your husband, Katla?
Can I help you?
Yes, tell me where your husband is. You know what? I'm not going to go barging into any buildings down here. We haven't actually... Oh, is this your husband?
Talk to Gaiman if you want a horse. Or, I hate it.
Oh, no.
Everyone feels sorry for me, so they don't treat me too bad, but...
Oh, no. Why do they feel sorry for you?
Both my parents were in the Legion. There was an ambush.
Orphan.
Keller said she'd feed me if I could make myself useful. I'm sick of sleeping outside with the horses. I want a real home, real parents, not this.
So no, David Heron doesn't adopt. So Blaze sleeps in a stable with horses. He's Jesus. This is Jesus. Jesus has been found. Hello, Jesus. Yeah, not good. Orphan and sleeps in a stable. Come on. That's a bit rubbish. Blaze is a child. Mate, orphan, living in a stable? Does it get much worse than that? Okay, let's get ourselves to Solitude proper. The capital of Skyrim awaits us. Oh, it looked like from a certain angle that the wheel of that trailer was off the ground, but who am I to doubt Todd Howard and his developers? Nothing glitchy ever happens in this game. Okay, something's going on here.
You betrayed us!
Some sort of...
You helped Ulfric Stormcloak escape the city after he murdered High King Torrik.
Is it an execution?
By opening that gate for Ulfric, you betrayed the people of Solitude.
Such is the ancient custom of Skyrim.
and all Nords.
Oh, they don't like it. Let's see if we can talk to him a little bit more.
Stand back.
Straight away.
It's yours.
Oh, what?
Never submit.
Oh no, some issues have been caused here. What's going on? What's going on?
You still can.
Oh, I'm being attacked. Have I saved Rugbeer? Is Rugbeer alive? What have I done? I was just trying to talk to Rugbeer and find out what was going on. But now there seems to be no... Oh. Where is Rugbeer? Because the animation of them kicking the... Well, let's just forget that ever happened. But here we are, take two. Okay, so Rugveer is Svari's uncle, so she's going to be depressed. I actually just want to come up here again and see what happens. Where does... Oh, okay, so Rugveer just gets killed straight away. Okay, sorry everyone, just wanted to find out what happens. Oh, I was loaded back at Falkreath. I should observe this.
Her uncle is scum that betrayed his high king. Best she know now, Advar.
They're all heart, Vivian.
Some gate guard you are.
Okay, so we need to just take stock of what's happening here. Advar is the brother of Rugveer.
That gate for Ulfric. You
And she...
Solitude.
No, where's Vivian? She was having a go at him for being related to him.
He beat the High King in fair combat.
Here we go. Let's get really nice and close for this.
I go to Sovngarde.
There he goes.
Ooh, roly heads.
Roly heads. Okay, I can come up here now. So there's Rugveer. We'll take that so he can sell it. Heron's not usually a corpse digger, but to be fair, we didn't give him much cash in the first place. The great thing about executions is everyone's in one place, because everyone loves an execution.
To bad rubbish, I say.
So let's just chat to these people. What have you got to say? You just killed someone.
You wouldn't be a sellsword, would you?
No.
I have a little problem you could solve. This here axe in full swing is a right terrible sight.
It looks like it, to be fair. It's a cool axe.
You stay out of trouble now. The Castle Dower dungeon can break even the strongest will.
I'm just getting typical bog standard alpha male vibes from that guy. What's his name? Attar. Yeah, I'm not getting anything from you, mate. Let's try and look behind the mask, right? I'm going to say that as his job as executioner, he will have suffered from mental health issues because he's an executioner. He kills for a living. That's going to affect you. And he will pretend it doesn't with his alpha male shtick, but it will. Heron is an incredibly perceptive individual. Who are you? Noster Eagle Eye.
Lost an eye during the Great War.
It's an ironic name.
I was the finest scout in the Legion once. Lost my helmet in one of the old caves.
He's sad because he lost his helmet.
Pretty helmet. Life just got worse after that. Kept losing things. So many things.
A bit of a random story. He lost his helmet and then everything went downhill from there.
So many things lost.
What do you mean by that? War, injury, and he's lost his helmet. PTSD. Okay, who are you carrying wood?
If you ever want to replace those old rags, stop by Radiant Raymond.
Well, you're being a bitch.
Nothing at all.
You're being a
If you want
sarcastic,
something with a little more style,
condescending
however.
bitch. Don't really want to be fixed up by someone as snobby as you.
Your outfit is something of an open wound where
Fuck
attire
off.
is concerned.
I will not accept that. I will not accept my employees, such as David Heron, being abused in such a way. For shame, Tarry. There's always a reason behind snobbery, isn't there? Look at that. The difference in society. She walks through with her lovely wood to warm her up at night, being a snobby person. Then you got poor Noster Eagle Eye, a veteran, struggling in squalor. The people come thick and fast in Solitude, it seems.
Good evening. I'm Pantia Atia, the master vocalist.
Oh, you're a singer.
It's been my honor to perform at the Blue Palace on many occasions.
Well-
His late lordship was quite the admirer.
Oh, so you shagged him. Well, she's performed at the Blue Palace. Everyone's clearly up her arse about her voice. We can assume that she's very satisfied with life.
If you ask me, this damned rebellion can't end soon enough.
Oh.
I had to end my tour of Skyrim's courts.
We found something too dangerous to travel, had to end her tour. It's not a 10. It's still a 9, though. Sorex Vinius.
New in town, right? Head over to the Winking Skeever. We keep a fine inn.
Ah, so he runs the inn, does he?
I have a delivery to make to her steward, Falk Firebeard. He ordered a
Well,
special bottle
I
of
can tell you one
Strauss-Mackay
person
rum.
who won't be doing that, and it's David Heron.
Yeah, thanks.
You were at the execution.
I showed up to watch, yeah.
He's very
I don't know if
enthusiastic.
they were right to execute him for what he did, but I'll tell you something. Listen, Rogvir and I grew up together. It was us, a few others, and Vivienne Onis. One day I told Rogvir I liked her. From that point forward, every time Vivienne and I were anywhere close to each other, he made sure to humiliate me. He beat me up, dumped meat on my head, anything he could get away with. Once he even slipped a beehive into my
I thought you said he was a
bed.
nice guy. This guy's been affected by this friendship.
Work in it, I own it. Well, my father owns the Winking Skeever,
Right.
but it's the family business, so it'll be mine when he kicks off.
So that's got to be that's something to look forward to, isn't it? It's nepotism in a way. It's a family business. Calling it nepotism is a bit harsh.
Remember, I'm here if you rethink your decision.
I'm just not going to note him down. I'm not bothered about you. Okay, who have we got here then? Who are you?
As High Priest
Roland.
of the Eight Divines, I bid you welcome.
He's High Priest of the Eight Divines. A very holy man.
Don't like those eyes you got.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
I'm afraid I'm running errands at the moment, but please visit me later at the Temple of the Divines.
I can't be asked.
You've caught me a bit out of my element.
Okay, so he's out of his element. Social anxiety in public. Who else have we got here? Who are you?
Dean Inga, need something?
Ildi. What do you do around here?
Thanks for taking the time. People never want to talk to me.
Oh. She is low on self-esteem. Yvette San,
Spiced
you
wine for you?
are
It's a family
dirty.
recipe. You wouldn't have a few minutes to run down to the docks, would you?
David Heron does not simply run down to the docks. Have you got some sort of skin disease? And we should not be prejudiced against those who have facial deficiency, but what the hell's going on there?
I need someone to convince them to release it.
No.
Ah, well, I'll keep looking for someone. Thanks anyway.
That's okay. How are your sales?
They're adequate. I rely on the business brought in by the burning of King Olaf.
Okay, you might need to go into a bit more detail on that, my friend.
Well, it's a great big festival put on by the bards every year. Demand is so high, I can barely keep up. But with
Okay, so her shipment's
Good luck out
adequate,
there.
but not
Seems like a
great.
tough
She's
time to
stressing a
wander
little
in
bit about
Skyrim.
this delivery, but all in all, you're all right, aren't you, really, Yvette San? I'm going to give you a 6. Jala?
You look like you could do with a ripe apple. Or a tomato. Cabbage.
Ah, garlic! David Heron can't deal with garlic. Oh, no. Hajarand.
keep the cold at bay with our spiced wine.
Yes? Well, you're a bit used. Come on, talk to me.
Get your fresh
Getting absolutely nothing from you.
Divines
What about you, fishman? What are you called?
Plenty of fresh fish for you.
Okay, so your brother's just been executed.
The girl misses her uncle. I've tried to explain that Rogvir did something bad, and that we all have to be accountable for our actions.
Yeah, it's quite a deep conversation to have. Anyway, moving on perfectly from that point of conversation, let's talk about fish.
Down at the docks.
Advar, let's be honest, you're clearly going to be suffering a little bit. He seems to be chill about it. He's more worried about his daughter's point of view. Greta.
Are you here to talk about my brother?
Oh,
Do you think his execution was justified?
Heron has no opinion on that, but you won't be very happy about it. So you're Advar's sister.
He opened a gate and they executed him for it. I think I need to be done talking for the moment.
I mean, she'll be struggling, and she's clearly taken it harder than her other brother. What about you? Oh, you're the one that he fancies.
I've got all sorts of errands to run.
I kind of get it. No, we're not here to
You look like
rate
an
faces.
adventurous
We're here
one.
to rate mental
I
health.
bet we're kindred spirits, you and I.
Oh, really? You want Heron, do you?
My cousin Fura is somewhere out there in Skyrim right now, fighting Ulfric Stormcloak and his damned insurrectionists.
Politics and war. Sister or daughter or aunt was out doing something or another. Oh, we've already spoken to you with your crazy hair. Ah, we've got a smither man.
Seems there's no end to the needs of the Imperials.
So pressure?
I think I would, if it weren't for my son and my wife. You think Stormcloaks and Legionnaires are dangerous? Ha!
So that's quite sweet. Okay, so just pressure at work.
Return.
Hey, wanna play tag?
Not really.
Sure, whatever you say.
I don't want to talk.
Oh, her uncle is the one who's just been absolutely smashed up. She's not as bad as that kid at the at Blaze at the stables, because at least she has a mum and dad still. But she's not an orphan, but she still will be in grief, which is not something that you want a young child to have to handle. Let's go into the inn The winking skeever. Gollum Eye.
I have no business with you. Leave me.
Okay.
Go away. I have more important things on my mind right now.
Okay, he's clearly stressed about something. Come on.
I don't like strangers.
Oh. Well, Heron, I guess, would count as one.
Tidings.
Oh. And then he just decides to be nice. I'm going to try and get up in his face.
Yes?
Yes.
Need something?
He's not too happy about it, is he?
You have questions? Need something?
Yes. What do you want?
Tidings.
Corpulus.
Welcome to the Winking Skeever, friend.
You look younger than your son by quite a long way. Unless you're the brother? I don't know.
Well, as it turns out, I had a pet skeever when I was a boy, and he used to wink.
Fairs?
They were smaller back then.
Fairs? I mean, we're not getting much out of Corpulus, but he owns the place. He seemed really good spirits, actually. We got a songstress.
Remember the Winking Skeever next time you're footsore.
Is it Lisette? It looks like it's Lisette. Oh. So, Gisley, straight away, alcoholism.
Welcome to the center of the world. Or at least my brother Eriker's world.
Do I detect a lot of bitterness and jealousy already?
Oh, if you're looking for a good attitude, go see the bards. But whatever you do, just leave me alone.
We're not going to leave her alone. This is our job.
My brother is nothing more than a pompous little fop.
With our blood and our steel, we will take back our home.
Oh, bit pitchy there, Lisette. Bit pitchy. Let's talk to you. You're quite
Feel
pretty
free
there.
to make requests. Think about staying the night. Corpulus keeps a clean inn.
Don't mind if I do. Oh, she's tooting a flute at me. Who else have we got? Who are you? Janawan. Jawan.
Ah, yet another new face. I'm from Hammerfell, you see. I can hardly keep track of all the people I've been meeting. And there is still much of Skyrim I wish to see. I hear there is a city, Windhelm, that is nearly white with... what do you call it? Oh yeah, snow.
He's happy, location-wise.
Then we should soon be selling arrows by the bushel. A sword is no good against a dragon.
So he took that as a positive. We told him that dragons were on the way. He seems pretty happy about it. He's like, yeah, we get to sell more arrows. This guy's got a positive attitude. Look at that. Down in one, son. Down in one. Yeah, Alki. Yes, Alki. These two, son and father, just had a conversation.
Rumor or two.
Even though they look like brothers more than father and son. But Corpulus was yelling at him, saying, I'm not retiring. Which kind of recontextualizes Corpulus, who I gave an 8. I'm going to downgrade him to a 7. See, this is why Heron's so good. He's got his ear to the ground.
Oh, this drink's on me.
Being friends with the bartender's son has its advantages, huh?
Ooh, flirting. I thought you liked Vivienne. So he's just bought a drink for Erdi, who claimed that no one likes her, but it sounds like that's just all in her head, because this guy was having a right flirt on. A right flirt on.
A sharp mind beats a sharp blade any day. Words to live by.
I'm getting Nazim vibes from this guy.
Make it quick.
And I'm not being
Good
racist.
week, my boy.
Come on.
Loud customers mean good
Speak.
Who are you, Coldan?
Huh? Need something? Huh?
I'm not bothering with you. You're not saying anything. You're not adding anything to this discussion.
Hiya. What's your name? Are you visiting? What do you do?
She seems pretty happy with her life as a child.
My papa says I'm gregarious.
Gregarious.
He says it means smart, but my brother says he's wrong.
She seems happy enough. She seems like a bubbly character. She seems like she's in a very good sort of home. She'll be all right. Oh, we've got one more person. Octave San.
Take my advice. Never gamble.
Oh, he's a gambling man. Addiction.
Dead up to the eyes.
Look at him with his glass that has no bottom. The liquid's just going to seep right through that. But alcoholism and addiction and gambling. So Octave San, it's a sorry life for you. I mean, the thing I'm going to say it's a 3 rather than a 2 is that at least sounds like he's got people that help him pay off his debts, whereas Nosta seems to have no one. And he's not quite homeless, he's just a bloody alcoholic. Look at him. Okay, let's crack on then. Let's crack on. You might notice that I'm in a different room, in a different position, but it's still Heron. Times might be a-changing in my sphere, but they are not changing in game because we've still got a mission to do. We've still got a Heron, and we've still got some surveillance to be involved in. It's currently night time. Who have we here?
You help me. You help people, right? That's what you do.
Is it? I think I actually asked them about their mental health.
My master has abandoned me.
Oh dear.
Abandoned his people. He says I interrupt his vacation.
So this guy's master is on holiday?
Without him, I am not free. Without him, I am doomed. All of his empire shall fall into chaos. Oh, and you'll need the hip bone. It's very important.
Okay, so this geezer's just given me a hip bone and says that his master is above the Jarl. He needs him back. I'm going to say insanity. We've got quite a few shops to look at, and we will sleep. And when Heron arises, we will continue with our quest. Go, he's been watching me sleep. Fair enough. Let's speak to Vittoria Vici. Hey, Vittoria Vici.
I don't have time for anyone too lazy or cowardly to make their own way in this world.
Okay, not getting much out of her, it has to be said. Now, David Heron's research suggests that she's actually about to get married, which is nice. So I'm sure she's really happy about that, making sure that all of the arrangements are in place to make sure that nothing could possibly go wrong at her wedding. So for that reason, I'm going to give her a solid 8. Yarn.
I wish only to graduate and enroll with the Legion. My drums will lead our troops to victory.
You seem proud to be a bard, my friend.
And why wouldn't I be? Do you know who really makes history? The person who writes it.
Very true. Very true. I like this geezer. Seemed happy. Content to be a bard. Likes his job. Likes his work. Good man. Is there anyone else at this here college that we could maybe have a chat with? Thing is, Heron is not looking to apply at the college, right? That's not what he's all about.
May song speed you along.
Poetry.
I'm the Dean of History and scribe work when I can find some quiet time. I teach poetry, writing, history, and the finer points of court life.
From what we can ascertain there, Giraud Germain, as well as having a Ponzi name, is quite sane. I should join this college. Let's have a look and see if we can find any more people. Oh, there's plenty of people here.
Oh, there once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rory.
Lady Atia says my voice is second only to hers, but she's selling me short.
She's very pompous, is Aya Aria, and she believes she's being sold short by her tutor.
Want to join the Imperial Legion. Soldiers only appreciate one thing, and it isn't music.
Okay, interesting. I wonder what she's alluding to.
Is there something I can do for you?
In this country, I think we would regard this establishment as a university. Based on the way the building looks and the age of the participants, I wouldn't describe this as a college, because college is sixth form, isn't it? Equivalent. 16 to 18. And she is not 16 to 18.
Something I can do for you?
What about you?
Youngest bard at the Bard's College, at your service.
Okay, he seems very proud of that. I mean, again, we're not getting much out of him, but Alaf, they all have names beginning with A, it seems. But he seems very happy, seems very chill. Oh, I told you to take a break. I literally just told you to take a break, sir.
I'm Dean of Lute at the Bard's College, and no, I don't give private lessons.
That's not a real job.
It takes two things to be a good teacher. The first is patience. The second is a firm wooden stick for rapping knuckles.
That is a comedic juxtaposition, but I think she's deadly serious in what she's saying.
Only
Therefore,
reason I'm so good with a lute is because I'm old.
She's a bit of a bitch.
You here to apply at the Bard's College? Well, don't bother. You're too damned old.
She's not a very good teacher. Clearly something going on with her. She's awful.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of mead.
I'm sure he would be.
Disrespect the law and you
Castle Dower, let's speak to General Tullius and Legate Ricker.
Are my men now giving free rein to anyone who wanders into the castle?
Yes.
Do you have some reason to be here, citizen?
Yeah, I'm here to see how your mental health is getting on. Okay, let's ask him about the war.
Worry about our rear guard.
Okay, he's worried about the war. What will it take to end the war?
Ulfric Stormcloak's head rolling away from
Ooh, the death of Ulfric Stormcloak.
I'm often ordered to places with problems that need fixing.
That's not what my scouts report, sir.
Every day more join his cause. Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
So we can hear war and politics is definitely a thing for this Tullius, and also walking into benches. Rickard.
You survived Helgen? General
Oh my God! They're both of them. They're coming at Heron.
I've got a little test lined up.
No, David Heron is not here to take tests. He's here. I'm giving David Heron the test. I'm just going to put the same thing for Rika. Well, we heard the conversation, didn't we? She cares about her homeland, whereas Tullius cares about getting the job done. You were the one presiding over the execution.
Not my finest hour. Rogvir was a fine and honorable man.
Or was he now?
You don't have to hate a man to kill him. Though, admittedly, it helps.
So he is a bit emotionally scarred then by this execution that he had to oversee. Oh dear.
May you be saved by the divines, as I...
So she's saying that she was saved by the divines, which suggests that she needed to be saved from something, right? Right, let's have a look at some of the shops. First of all, here we've got radiant raiment. Let's hope that everyone here is nice and respectful and lovely.
Oh, what delight. Another charming customer.
Brother,
Radiant Raiment has the finest attire in all of Skyrim.
It's not enough though. You've got to go one step further than that. Yeah, the product might be great. I believe that that's the case. However, it's about the service as well as the product. Damn you, Endari. Damn you. Let's get you down.
Need something?
Helgrid.
Yeah?
What are you? Angeline's Aromatics.
If you're looking for potions, you should talk to my aunt, Angeline Morard.
Yep, she's right there. You're doing the same thing. Look at this. What's going on here? They're doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. Are they robots? Are they programmed to do this? Let's talk to them.
What are you doing that for?
You're a traveler, correct? Have you been to Whiterun?
Yes, actually. I've sent my good man Heron to survey the situation.
Wonderful. My daughter Fura was assigned to Whiterun after she joined the Imperial Army. I was hoping you might have met her.
Are we going to have to break bad news that's going to affect her mental health?
I've tried talking to Captain Aldous, but he hasn't been any help.
I'm sorry, I haven't met her before.
I'm sorry to waste your time.
So she's panicking because her daughter is missing. Oh dear. What's in here then? Bits and pieces. Let's see what's going down inside bits and pieces, shall we? Who are you? Gisley.
Hello, I'm Gisley.
Do you own this? Are you actually a shopkeeper here, Gisley? Or were you just stood behind the bar? Behind the bloody...
Welcome to the center of the world.
Till? I mean, I suppose they won't have a till in this day and age. Samer.
Don't like those eyes you got. High King Torig's death has turned the whole town on its head.
Right, politics then.
Between you and me,
oh,
he wasn't even that good a king.
Ooh.
Baron's my husband. I barely see him nowadays, what with fulfilling orders for the army.
Shame. Misses her husband and politics, I suppose, were the big takeaways for Samer. So let's get ourselves to the Blue Palace, see what's going on. Okay, who's that geezer? Malaran.
No doubt most folk in Skyrim consider the dragons terrifying. I find them wondrous.
Good for you, my friend. What's your job here?
I make sure Erica keeps breathing.
As good a job as any, I suppose.
Oh, I think you'll find that magic is rare in Skyrim.
Interesting. The way he said that about magic being rare in Skyrim suggests to me that he doesn't feel satisfied or happy with the magical landscape in the province. So I'm going to run with that.
Are you my gallant hero? Have you come to whisk me away to a life of adventure and romance?
No, I'm just here to conduct a survey, to be honest.
Oh, I'd get in trouble for that.
Okay, so pressure of job.
I made a wish in the town well that a golden knight came to take me to his castle.
Not sure that's going to happen, mate, but she feels unloved and she's also scared of her superiors. That's a few women in this city who feel unloved. Maybe the men need to start stepping up their game and break out some flowers and whatnot. Whoa, there's a lot of people here. What the hell is going on?
Unnatural magics are coming from that cave.
We'll immediately send out a legion to scour the cave and secure the town. Hafingar's people will always be safe under my
Your
rule.
Eminence, my scrying has suggested nothing in the area. This is likely superstitious nonsense.
Perhaps a more tempered reaction might be called for?
Keep your weapon out of your hands, and we'll get along just fine. We not to talk about which court attendants I like to punch in the face.
Okay, so he wants to punch people in court in the face. So he's a violent, angry man. Let's speak to this geezer who sat down.
Briling's obsession with honor and tradition is quaint, but politically irrelevant.
Okay, so he cares about politics.
If you're inquiring whether we have concerns about her age and inexperience...
They do.
Let me put it this way. The Thanes have every confidence in General Tullius's leadership.
Right, so General Tullius is the real man in charge around here. Thanks for that information.
You may want to gain that information before talking with someone. Risk of looking like an idiot and all that.
Well, you can piss off, mate. All he seems to care about is politics, and you must be Briling.
This god-forsaken war is dividing our people.
War. She cares about war. We're getting there. Let's speak to Folk Firebeard.
I am the Jarl's steward. Must have the support of the other Jarls for that claim to have any meaning.
Okay, so that's politics.
Peace.
He's bothered about politics as well.
Absolutely not. That wing has been... Ghost or not, there are reminders of his dark...
Oh, he's scared of ghosts, Folk Firebeard.
There's been loose talk among some of the Thanes.
Interesting.
You'll pay those rumors no heed if you wish to
So
retain
rumors,
your welcome in this city.
So ghosts, rumors, and politic. Sybil Stentor next.
Be quick.
Oh,
I have little patience for mundane concerns.
looks like her and Heron have a couple of things in common. If you know...
I have so
mean.
very many ways to deal with people.
Lovely. Let's talk to you then.
You're trying my patience.
Why?
And I know when one should speak, and when one should hold their tongue.
I mean, it sounds like you got something to hide. Have you looked into David Heron's eyes? Maybe you could find some common ground, you know? Were you there when High King Torek died?
I was, to my shame. The whole court was in attendance. I've seen much in my time, but that was a gruesome day. If Ulfric had asked Torek directly to stand up, to declare independence, Torek might have done it.
Politics.
Because many Nords are part of the Imperial army even now.
War.
Because the food and resources we get from the Empire are important to our people.
A lot to unpack there with Sybil Stentor. And let's now speak to Elisif, who I think this might be our last person to speak to. We've got a very nice sample size here.
With the passing of my dear husband,
Grief.
Torek, the weighty
Straight
position
away.
of Jarl has fallen to me. This land is riven by war.
War,
and her
grief,
people suffer for it.
Politics.
The Stormcloaks are a blight on Skyrim, my rightful place as High Queen.
She's an emotional woman.
Be
War,
well. Pray for
politics,
Solitude
grief.
and my husband.
Elisif. I'll tell you what, people. I think that's a very... Oh, I'm stuck. Heron's stuck. Heron is stuck. Heron is free. And as we look up at this beautiful view of nighttime Solitude over the arch, we've spoken to the people of Solitude, or at least a large sample size of them. Now it's time to get our findings together into a dossier, into a pamphlet, into a leaflet, into a PowerPoint presentation, and find out just how happy or sad the people of Solitude really are in comparison to the rest of Skyrim. Let's do it. And here we are. It's time to check out the results of David Heron's survey in Solitude, the capital of the province of Skyrim. Let's get into some headline findings. They're right there. And at the bottom, you can see the key stat. The average happiness grade of those surveyed was 5.4 out of 10. And that was heavily affected by a really glum post-execution mood within the city. Of those surveyed, 7% were children, 45% were female, and 48% were male. And 53% of those questioned showed signs of having previously suffered from mental health issues, and 57% were currently stable or content. Of the 53% who had suffered, 9% were children, 47% were men, and 44% were female, but quite a large amount of those who had previously suffered were described as currently happy or stable at 44%. Gisley's on the floor! Of the 47% who had not evidently suffered, half were men, 46% were women, and you do the maths, the rest were children. 71% of those who had not evidently suffered were currently happy or stable. There's a female, a lovely, slightly pitchy female. 52% of women had suffered or were suffering from mental health issues, and 59% of women were currently described as happy. But check this out. If we move on to the male section, those numbers are exactly the same. True equality between the two genders in Solitude. Looking at children then, it's not good news for the youngsters. 75% of children were suffering from mental health issues and only 25% were currently happy. Here's a class breakdown, and I'm just going to read out some of the headline stats from this slide. 100% of lower class people were suffering or had suffered from mental health issues, and none of them, zero, were described as currently happy, stable, or content. However, on the plus side, a quite alarmingly good statistic from the point of view of working class people, 82% of them were currently happy. Looking at a ranking then in order of least suffered, upper class at the top and lower class at the bottom. What do you expect? Working class in the middle there, sandwiched between upper middle class and lower middle class. But working class, as I mentioned previously, they're quite happy, the working classes in Solitude, and they jump to the top of the current happiness leaderboard, with lower class right at the bottom, as you would probably expect. Looking at some causes for mental illness in Solitude, 17 reasons for struggles were given more than once, and the most common were war and workload stroke conditions. And look at the pie chart. Oh, feel the charty pie. And the final question is one that I asked you right at the start of the video. Should I cure David Heron of his vampirism? Get in the comments below. We had a few comments on the last video, which was Falkreath. Go and check that one out. We also had some comments on the Windhelm video. Go and check that one out. And please comment below. Should I cure Sir David Heron? Thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe and get your comments in. Bye for now.